as I was in the hospital, I couldn't seem to heal. I kept thinking I need to probably just find a way to die. And at one point I found myself in the entrance to heaven, but I call the entrance. There were no golden bridges or golden gates or anything, but there were thousands of souls, energy souls on each side of an entrance. And they were in these beige robes and their faces were lit. They were lit with energy. I couldn't tell who they were by their faces, but I knew their energy, and they were past relatives that had passed from generations, some that were never even on this earth with me. I knew before I'd been born. There were friends that had passed, and I knew all of them, and there were thousands, and they were so happy to see me. And I knew precisely that if I crossed a certain point, I could stay in heaven. And I was like, I've got to do this. And so my guide was with me, and I thought to myself, I'm going to tell him I'm going to go see my grandma in her garden. I'd been with my grandma and my great-grandpa quite a bit throughout these experiences. And so I thought that seems like a good excuse. He'll probably think it's true. So I said to him, I'm just going to go with my grandma and I'll be back. But you talk telepathically on the other side. There's no language needed. And so I'm communicating this with him. And he kind of laughs and he said, it's not your time. You have to go back. And I bounced back in my body as fast as I could. And I was devastated. I thought that was my one chance. I could have stayed if I would have gotten past that point. And I was very, very depressed about that and so sad. But after I had been there for a little bit, I thought to myself, how funny are you? He knew your thoughts. He knew you were
That's what
trying
I
to
was
say
thinking.
I know. And I actually laughed about it and thought, oh, he's probably like, when they paired me with Heather, he's like, oh goodness. But I knew that that was my ticket that I had missed to get to the other side. And it was very, very sad for me. But the funny thing is I was still having experiences. I could still leave my body. My nurse at one point was trying to get me to walk. And so I was on a lot of machines. And so they'd sit me on the bed. And again, I couldn't sit up on my own. My mom's there and my nurse, Brian. And he has me sitting so my legs are hanging off the side of the bed. Suddenly I am like out of my body. It happened so fast. And I'm behind them, just a few feet away. And the hallway that I'm in has these oval windows that just go like this. Like there's just window after window on both sides of the hallway. And there's bright light everywhere. It's just this vibrant, bright light. And I'm watching them from there. And I can see him. He's panicked. He has both his hands on my shoulders, holding me up like this. And then suddenly he's snapping his fingers in my face and saying, Heather, Heather, come back, come back. And I'm thinking, not coming back. And my mom is like fully panicked too. But I thought, I don't care. Nothing can make me go back. I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired of the constant feeling of not being myself. And I started to feel like the hospital was my home. And that's when it really hit that I may never go back home. I may never learn to walk again. It was too much. So I watched for quite a few minutes as he's in full panic mode. And I hear my guide say, you got to go back. I was like, oh. So I thought in my head, okay, I'll go back, but I'm going to pop out as soon as they're out of the room. Because I was able to kind of do that. And so when my dad would be in the room with me reading his books, I'd look over at him. I did this with my husband a couple of times too. I'd see that they weren't watching and I'd leave my body.